Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We are live. We are live. We are live. I hope I have everything up. This is going to be, please, housekeeping. If you want to support this channel for the free, please hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button. And once you subscribe, you'll be open to a plethora of movies and television series that I have reviewed. So let's get into this. Y'all, there's so much stuff going on with Mr. Diddy, Sean Diddy Combs. This is not going to be a long video. I just want to kind of go over some of the stuff that has been coming out in the news. First of all, as we learned last week, first of all, Sean Diddy Combs was arrested last Monday evening. He went to court for a bail hearing on Tuesday. He was denied. He went back on that subsequent Wednesday for a bail hearing. He was also denied. So he is currently detained in the Manhattan jail. We started learning, and one of the impetus of him being held in jail because of the fact that of him contacting witnesses. Now, I do understand I didn't understand what was going on in regards to him contacting witnesses. Now I understand it was because that lawsuit with Don Richard. And so I have that lawsuit, and I will go over that lawsuit at a different time. He contacted, I guess, the other group member of that group that she was in with Kalana. I can't think of what the young lady's name. However, he had contacted her about 54 times between him being right before him being arrested, and then she did a statement, and I'm going to find that statement because this is going to be a whole separate video. I'm going to find that statement that she did in regards to saying that she didn't see anything that was going on with that, and then his contact with her was gone. But he had contacted her. They have seen recordings of him contacting her 54 times, either directly or through intermediaries. So no, he's not going to come out because, again, he is contacting people, trying to get people to sway over to his belief. So him being in jail at this time is probably warranted because even up until he got arrested, he was contacting subsequent witnesses for this case. The prosecution is still investigating a lot of different things. So it looks like to me that the Cassie lawsuit, the Don Richard lawsuit, and possibly the Little Rod lawsuit are where they're getting most of their information. And so we will do a question and answer type of live where we will go over those particular lawsuits and those particular things going on in the lawsuit and compare it with the indictment to see which one of those where did the prosecution pull this information up. And surely they have something to back it up, because it is my understanding that the prosecution is ready to go to trial. I don't know if Diddy's team is ready to go to trial, or they're going to try one more time, because I do understand that they have one more time to be able to appeal to the judge for bail. So I don't know if they're going to do that, or are they just going to get ready to go to trial. So we will see on those ends. Also, baby, listen, it's just little news trickling out, little news is trickling out. But not only were we bombarded with the sensationalism of 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube, but we also finding out that there was at least almost 800 DILDOs confiscated as well. So there was that, and I know that those are the things that are sensationalized. But one of the things that I do want to go over in regards to this Diddy's case is the fact that there have been rumblings about Diddy. I know there have been rumblings about Diddy since about 2007, 2008. And those rumblings had to do with Biggie and Tupac, that they felt like he was in the middle of that. And they have arrested someone who they believe was the shooter for Tupac. And he says that according to what I've read in different and listened to different podcasts, that he had said that Sean Puffy Combs had paid him. And there's a lot of folklore, I'm going to call it like that, folklore, that's saying that, they felt like Diddy was responsible for Biggie's death, because there was rumblings that Biggie was going to leave Bad Boy. So there's a lot of little rumblings, and there were a lot of little rumblings like that. So I am curious, and what I want to just kind of go over really quick. I am curious which way the prosecution is going to go, because they have evidence to show that he beat down a witness to prevent her from leaving one of the freak offs. They've got evidence for that. They also have evidence of the freak offs, because of the fact that they when they did those raids on those two homes, they pulled out a lot of videotapes. Now, what is the fallout in all of this? Now, I've heard that Pink and Usher deleted thousands of tweets, or they've deleted thousands of tweets on their Twitter account. Interesting. But we do have Usher on different interviews that he's done, that he's talked about some of the things that he saw. He didn't go into really big detail, but he thought it was a lot for him at that age. So it's interesting to hear those videos and those interviews by that. Now, I didn't know anything about Pink. I don't know what's going on with Pink. I didn't even think that Pink had a relationship or had any ties with Diddy. I knew that she had ties with Babyface and L.A. Reid, because she was on their label. I didn't think that she had ties with Diddy, but then you never know. People are putting what's up? What's up? Greetings from the east side. Hey, Ernest. Um, I didn't know that I haven't researched or looked back to see if she had a relationship, and not like a romantic relationship. I didn't know that she had dealings with Bad Boy. I didn't know Pink had dealings with Bad Boy. I don't know. People who I'm interested in are people like all those people that were around Uptown and Bad Boy around in that time, because I know Mary J. Blige's name keeps coming up. Don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't think that the prosecution is going back that far, honestly. I think they're going to start with Cassie and end with Don Richard. That's where I think. And anything that happened in between there, I think that they probably have a case with that. But I did want to touch on one thing, because everybody's talking about, oh, well, all these people that went to Diddy party, they're going to go down. No, they're not. Because there's levels to it. And there's always been levels to it. Because you remember, and you know that just like R. Kelly was snitching on himself in his music, Diddy snitches on himself in his music as well. Because you remember, there's the party. And all the celebrities that were big celebrities or whatever, it was in their best interest to be at a Diddy party. They say he threw the best parties. Those things, I think people are more or less safe, because everybody goes to a party. Just because you're at a party doesn't mean that you're participating in a whole lot of other stuff. I've seen other YouTubers pull up all these people's names. I don't think that they went beyond I don't think that they went beyond the party. But see, there's the after party. And I think that those people who stayed around for the after party were the ones that were looked at to see if they were going to be the ones going to the hotel lobby. That's what I think it is. I think a lot of people went to those parties because it's all types of celebrities. But we want to know, I think what's more interesting and more salacious is the one who stayed to go to the hotel lobby. Those are the ones that are interesting, because then that means that they went to the hotel rooms. If they made it to the hotel lobby, they made it to the hotel rooms. And I think those are the people that were recorded within those freak offs. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have in regards to that. Let's see. I will do a video to look over that Don Richard lawsuit. I know it's like 50 something pages. I'm halfway through it. I'm just going to probably just pull out the things that I think are more salacious, or if I think they have more bearing about what's going on right now. But the guns are what interests me. Why do you have guns that have serial numbers pulled off? Exactly. Exactly. There's those public parties. And I think that the people, thank you, Danielle. I think that the people that went to the public parties, they're fine. The yacht parties, all those things, they're fine. Okay. It's those people that stayed for the after party that then got chosen to go to the hotel lobby, that then got chosen to go to the hotel rooms. Those are the people that you have to be interested in. Also, I'm also interested in the people who have supported Diddy through all of this. Because where is Stevie J? The last time I saw Stevie J, he's riding around. He's driving around in his car like he's on a long haul trip. Where is Stevie J? I'm not really worried about Boosie. I'm not really worried about Phase on Love, because I think that they get caught up in they their intelligence level. It doesn't get them allow them to go further, because they're talking about, well, could be freaky and everybody does all this stuff. No, there's a difference between being freaky and being a predator. Total difference. I think that beyond, if you talk to 1,000 people and you use your morals and values and talk to 1,000 people, you could probably find 1,000 different people that you could consider to be freaky. Because here's the thing: it's the people get so caught up in that and not seeing the fact it's about being consensual at all efforts through the thing. When you talk about holding people in the rooms and then using their recordings and things against them, that's not consensual. Your freakiness has to do with consensual. I'd say the same thing too. I'd say the same thing too until you prove that you didn't. Because my motto has always said, did you put your hands on me? Did you lay your hands on me? Did you come up to speak to me? Did you lay your hands on me? Again, I'm quite sure that all celebrities from all walks of life have been to a Diddy party. But again, I'm always worried about that after party and that hotel lobby. Who made it to the hotel lobby? Who made it to the hotel lobby? And so I know that there's a lot of tweakings and things like that going on with TD Jakes and stuff like that. Did he make it to the hotel lobby? Because I know that there was supposed to be an instance where he was supposed to be mentoring Diddy through his issues and problems. Because you remember, you remember Diddy rebranded himself as Brother Love. And so he was supposed to be seeking counsel from TD Jakes. Now, did TD Jakes make the party and the after party and then subsequently went to the hotel lobby? Only the tapes will tell. Because if there's no tape of him doing that, then he's gone. Yeah, man, you can throw him out of there. He's gone. I think the prosecution is more interest is, and there's a big difference. There's a big difference. Everyone has a little freakiness in it. I don't care how prudish you are. I don't care how anything you are. Everybody has a little freakiness in them. There is no condemnation or people going off on all of that. I don't care what walk of life. If you married, you with your husband, you with your wife, y'all do stuff that probably nobody else will do. Y'all make, y'all may quote Bible verses with every pump. I don't know. That's a little freaky to me. Again, freakiness is in the eye of the beholder. But when you are talking about doing things that are non-consensual, that's a whole different level. That's predatorial. That's all of that kind of stuff. When you're beating on people, when you're holding them hostage in a room so that they will do what you ask them to do, when you take away their livelihood so they will do what you want them to do, that's a whole different situation. That's a whole other situation than being freaky. And I do hope that people understand that. So, like I said, I wasn't going to be on here long. Right now, Diddy is in jail. and he is remanded there until his trial. I do understand he has one more bite at the apple to try to get bond. So it's going to be interesting if the judge, if any judge, allows for him to get bond. I don't think so because he's had two separate judges, and both judges have said no, even though his bond package was very lucrative. But they're saying it doesn't matter. The stuff that he's done was always been behind closed doors, and they don't have anybody that can monitor him for making telephone calls or having his people make telephone calls to other things. But here's what's interesting. Have y'all noticed within the past week, there have been a lot of executives, music moguls that have stepped down from their jobs. Kevin Liles is one of the ones that has been more prominent, but they're saying there are a lot of CEOs and all that had ties to Diddy that are stepping down. I wonder what that's about. I wonder what that's about. Anyway, so let me just tell you in this Diddy series what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. I am going to go over the Don Richard case lawsuit. We're going to go over that particular lawsuit. I'm not going to read 55 pages, but what I will do is go through there, go through the summary, go through the thing, and go what they're talking about. And we're also going to go back and revisit Cassie's lawsuit. We're going to go back and see the things that they have pulled out, because some of the things in the indictment that we had for Diddy, they pulled out in regards to that Cassie lawsuit. So we're going to definitely revisit that. Let's see. I'll find it later. I was going to pull it up real quick, but we are going to we're going to revisit that Cassie lawsuit to see what they pulled from there. Give me one moment, people. I just want to go back down into. Because we do see here, this is what I've highlighted, number 4, physical abuse by Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy. They go through all the AKAs. The defendant was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least 2009 to continues for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects, and kicking. These assaults at the time were witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2026, which was captured on video and later publicly reported. So we're seeing that's coming from the Cassie lawsuit. So we're going to see any other information that's going to be coming from any other lawsuit. And I want to go through that Don Richard because there's some things going on. I know what prevented him from getting his bail was the fact that he was contacting, was it Dirty Money? Was that the name of their group, Dirty Money? With Sean and Don Richard and the other girl. That was named the group, but her a band member from Dirty Money, I think it was Dirty Money, that he had been contacting her several times. And people were like, well, she said she didn't see anything. Why you didn't listen? Several things can be true at the same time. Several things can be true at the same time. So we're just going to continue to look at that. So as I said, we're going to go through those two lawsuits and see and compare them with the indictment. So look out for that video. Also, look out. I'm wanting to assemble some people together so that we could kind of go over this and go over this Diddy indictment and how that is playing out in the zeitgeist, how people are perceiving these things back and forth. We're going to do that. So look forward in the next 2 to 3 weeks that we'll have that. If anything happens, hey, Kat, look out for me because I do want you to be one of those people on the panel that I'm going to do to kind of go over these lawsuits and then go over about how we feel about how things are going on in the zeitgeist of hip hop, the legal hip hop and legal issues and all of those different things. I think that's going to be. I'm going to assemble that in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to DM you and on Twitter and let you know about that. But if y'all are not following Kat Not Williams, she's been covering the YSL case. I do see that the Justin Johnson case, he's on trial for the killing of young Dolph over there in Memphis. I see that started today. I watched a little bit of that, but I didn't watch too much of it because those kind of cases make me sad. But anyway, that is all I have for today. Hold up. But that's all I have today, or that's all I wanted to go over right now. Just a lot of stuff that's coming out, but I did want to point out the fact that there are some artists who are deleting their Twitters. Usher is one of them. I don't know what Justin Bieber is doing, but I know that Justin Bieber has kind of clocked out from a lot of things, quote unquote, hip hop and all those different things. So I don't know exactly if there's anything going on with Justin Bieber, if the feds are talking with him. I do know that they said Pink had deleted a lot of her stuff, but I don't know if she'd had that much contact with Diddy. Also, there are some issues in regards to Mary J. Blige back in the day. I don't know if they're going back that far, but we will see. Also, again, I'm going to be going over that Don Richard lawsuit. We're going to pull out some information and juxtapose it with the indictment to see if there's some information that's coming from there. Also, to see if there's some information coming out from the Little Rod lawsuit as well, and those other two or three young ladies that about there, because he has about 9 or 10 lawsuits against him. Now, he did the lawsuit that a judgment of $100 million was done on him. They vacated that one. They dismissed it, so he doesn't have to pay the guy that's in jail the $100 million, from what I understand. But we'll continue to figure out and go through all of this stuff, because it looks like this is going to be something serious. And federal court, if you don't want to show us the video, at least let us hear the audio. We really, because these little drawings and all this other stuff coming out of there, it would be really, really nice if we could just hear the audio. If you have such big issues about cameras in the courtroom, can we have the audio in the courtroom so we can hear what's going on? Hey, Andre. Can we do that? Can we get the audio so we can hear what's going on? I'm wondering if the media is going to try to petition the court to see if they can have something played in there or not. Like I said, I know a lot of federal court hearings are not. You're not going to get any cameras in the courtroom, but we don't need a camera. We just need the audio recording of what's going on in the courtroom. I mean, we hear the audio from the Supreme Court. They allowed the audio from the Supreme Court to be heard. So can we hear the audio? I would definitely appreciate that. All right, people. We do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell that coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos, child. And as always, people, bye-bye.